incidences or outbreaks of foodborne pathogens?
Well, that law is a new law, and we really don't know yet if it's going to be funded adequately to make a difference. But I think that it could make a difference if it has adequate funds. One of the areas is in relation to the food chain. If food is tested at the processing plants, whether it be a meat plant or a vegetable preparation plant or so on, if there's adequate testing, this should reduce the amount of foodborne illness that we're seeing across the board, yes. So I would agree with your statement, but only time will tell whether the new technologies are adopted and are adequately funded and our government functions adequately in this area.
Well, Dr. Perlman, in the last few minutes that remain, I have a general question. Is there a significant difference between a listeria contamination in the human body, a salmonella contamination, or an E. coli incident? Is there any way a consumer can tell the difference?
Well, most bacteria cause specific symptomatology. So listeria, as I mentioned in the beginning part of the interview, it involves immunocompromised host, elderly host, pregnant females, and so on. And it produces a systemic illness. That means it causes fever, muscle aches, flu-like syndromes or symptoms. In terms of salmonella and E. coli, these usually cause other types of symptoms. Salmonella causes more GI problems, intestinal cramping and diarrhea, which you may see some diarrhea with listeria. Also, E. coli will be a much more rapid illness. In other words, after you ingest the food, you're going to get sick quickly, whereas listeria, I mentioned it can take over 2 months. So every type of bacteria has a particular way that it causes disease. And there's other ones that are very well known that people have heard of as well, causing outbreaks, such as Campylobacter. That's one of the bacteria that I've written some articles on previously and has caused some big outbreaks in the United States.
Very good, Dr. Perlman. We appreciate your time. In the last 2 minutes that remain, I was wondering if you could let the audience of primarily food producers who are interested in outbreaks and recalls, let them know what you can provide them as far as advice or expert testimony.
Well, I'm not really in the business of going to court and expert testimony, but I'm glad to be available to talk to people if they have an issue around a foodborne illness or an epidemic. Certainly, I'm taking care of occasionally patients who are quite ill related to foodborne illness. I have testified a little bit over the last 20 years in relation to foodborne illness, and in fact, one was a restaurant that was causing some foodborne problems, and it was an E. coli outbreak. But that's not the main thing that I do. So I think people can always contact you, and you can refer them to me if you think it's appropriate as well, too.
Thank you very much, Dr. Perlman, for your time. I'd like to terminate the interview at this time and invite you back at the end, hopefully at the close of this listeria outbreak, so we can recap our experience there in Colorado.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you very much, and I'll now conclude this interview. Thank you very much. Bye now.
Bye.
Okay.